Hello and nice to be with you for another edition of Take Two. It's been a busy past 7 days of racing on our New South Wales provincial and country tracks. On Monday we had a couple of meetings to start the working week. We went up to Grafton, the Jacaranda city, where on track for us there were Gary Cleese and John Powell, and way down on the border were Graham White and Kayla Nisbet looking after things at Albury.
Monday racing on the 24th of February. Yeah. Warm conditions, great conditions. Track played good. Not only that, I thought we saw some really, really nice young horses, John.
Yeah, I agree with you, Gary. I thought there were some nice maidens that won, and a few horses they walked around the enclosure good, and they paraded well, and they backed it up the way they looked too.
They did too. Okay, mine comes out of race one. He was the top weight Dusty Bay. He was on debut. He's from the Tracy Bartley yard. Aaron Bullock rides him. He only had one trial. He won his only trial. Let's pick him up on the home turn, this big boy. He's in the green colours outside the leader. You watch what he does to this field down the running.
Dusty Bay, 150 metres out, got to the front, shot away, put it to bed, home and hosed. Dusty Bay, much too good.
He's brilliant. And one thing about looking at him, and you go back and look at his replay again, he never switched over onto the right leg.
No.
So he's got an awful lot to learn. But just a horse that if he paraded, John, I don't know what you thought, in the yard at Randwick, he wouldn't look out of place.
No, definitely. We both commented on that when he paraded around, that he looked like a city-class horse parading around. I felt today his win was good. I don't think 1,000 metres is his right distance. I think once he gets up to 1,400, you'll see a better horse, but he done a good enough job to win today.
Well,
My Take Two horse comes out of race 3, number 4, with Style. She's a lovely big mare. You'll pick her up in the blue colours. She's about 1 out, 1 back, 3 deep, getting into the corner.
And they turn the corner. Mystic Way in front. Rainbow Lass looking for the gap on the inside of Stavritzel with Styles joined in. At the furlong with Style out wide has bounded to the front. Rainbow Lass ran to second with Style in front. Rainbow Lass chasing in vain with Style beat Rainbow Lass.
A pretty good job, that girl. She was never on the track. No. And you're right, she was 3 deep, and he was half on one rein on her too.
Yeah, he got her in a good spot. He got her in a one off early. Then he just popped out 3 deep, and it was probably the winning move, because she's such a big filly, Gary. She needs room, and if he had got caught up in behind him on her, she mightn't have been able to sprint, but Maddie just let her slide up, kept the momentum going, kept her going forward. And she's another one, like that horse in the first we just talked about, that might want further ground.
Yeah, right up. You follow him, Dusty Bay. He's from the Tracy Bartley yard. He's got a Bob's bonus sitting on him. All I can tell you, he's a very, very good sort of horse, and not only that, he can gallop.
Yep, and you follow with Style out of race 3 for me.
Right up there, our Take Two horses coming out of Monday's meeting at Grafton on the 24th of February.
Racing on Monday came out of Albury. We had a bit of a mixed day with results overall. We saw a few short price favourites go under and a few favourites get up, and there was a couple of horses to follow out of the meeting. Graham, you liked one of Craig Weaving's runners.
Yeah, he Quinella the race too. These horses, his winner was on debut, was very impressive too, but I thought the stablemate was enormous. Antidote, and that augurs well for the Albury Cup Carnival in a couple of weeks' time. He's going to have a lot of runners there, Craig, and he'll be extremely hard to beat. So this horse will probably head there in about 2 weeks' time, and will prove extremely hard to run down. Now, it was no match for its stablemate, who was the more fancied of the two, but I thought Antidote hit the line really well under the circumstances.
Antidote with a good run, and Monty is coming home strongly in the centre, but it's Love from Venus nicely clear from Luna Mojo. Monty back towards the inside, then Antidote being followed by Captivating Storm, but Love from Venus is nicely clear from Luna Mojo. It's Love from Venus doing it well, and Love from Venus goes on to win it from Antidote.
Great performance. I think you can follow it with a little bit of confidence. The winner was too good, but maybe next time around for Antidote. And Carly, you found a horse on debut who was very impressive out of the first.
Well, I don't know if I found him. I think a few people would have found it quite easily, and it's a horse we can follow quite keenly. It was a horse of Donna Scott's called Bon Holler on debut. Now, the trials had been good leading into today. We did have a short price favourite go around that I didn't think that this debutante would be able to get past, but as we'll take a look at now, she did a fair bit wrong and was still able to get over the top of him.
Bon Holler the outside, Sergeant Stan on the inside. Further back to Desert Able, it's Bon Holler on debut from Sergeant Stan, who's kicking hard along the inside. The odds-on favourite, Sergeant Stan, out wide, Bon Holler, Sergeant Stan. Bon Holler's won it.
It was very raw down the straight there, but still able to get over the top of our short price favourite. I think she's certainly a horse that's going to take benefit out of that race experience that she had today. So Bon Holler for me, and Antidote for Graham.
Racing at Kembla Grange here today on the 25th of February, which is a great meeting. The track was actually upgraded from a soft 5 to a good 4. I thought the track played quite evenly, although it was a plus to be up on the speed. My first of the take 2 came in race 2, which was Burrower for Robert and Luke Price. Now, look, had every chance in the run, but was only first up here, coming off the back of 2 very smart trials. This was a Class 1 handicap, so I think he can only improve off this effort. But the horse that wins is Bremel, who looks a really nice type for the future. But watch Burrower always try hard to the line.
And Burrow is still there as well, but with 100 to go, Bremel going well. It's Bremel a couple of lengths in front of Burrower and Gilmy, and she's just too speedy as Bremel. Bremel easily. Photo second and third. Burrower diving there at Gilmy.
So just wait for that runner to step up in distance, and as I said before, will be fitter for that run. The second of my take 2 horses comes up in race 5, Ordenzia for Kerry Parker, and it was heavily backed late in the trade here. Actually, I should say all throughout the week in betting, so it can only come on from this effort. Led them up, gave a great sight, was just a little bit keen, so will come on from this effort as it tries hard all the way to the line.
Montego Bay going to Ordenzia. That's outstanding, keeps chipping away. Through the centre is Casablanca Express. It's Montego Bay, Ordenzia. 75 to go, Casablanca Express. That's outstanding, but Montego Bay's looking good, and Montego Bay breaks through, beats Ordenzia.
Fitted for that effort, and I really like it next start, but you just have to trust the market support there.
Tuesday racing from Taree on the 25th of February. We had pretty warm conditions, temperatures around 30 degrees, but I thought the track played really well.
Yeah, it did. Nice to see the rail back in the true position. We had an upgrade after race 1, but every horse was afforded their chance here today.
Okay, what have you found?
Race 3, King Jerry today. He's in his first racing preparation. He settled his back. He showed no early speed. He had to make a long, wide circling run. He's in the black and red colours.
Into the straight, Temple Bells in front, joined by Magic Shannon the outside. Taker Breakers squeezing through in the middle, followed by King Jerry, who's down the outside. Likewise, Fastnet Warrior, but it's Magic Shannon racing to the front. King Jerry to second, but Magic Shannon in front. Magic Shannon beat King Jerry.
I really think he's looking for a mile, but love the way he closed off late. And I think wherever he steps out next, providing he steps out in trick, he's going to be very competitive.
Yeah, and I think it'd be better even on a bigger track, just to allow him to balance up and hit the line. My horse to follow coming out of today's meeting is coming out of race 6. It was Moskill Daisy. Now, she was first up. She did have the benefit of the 1 trial, but she had to go back from the awkward gate. She's in the purple and white colours. She's second last in the run.
Into the straight, Too Much Information, joined by Mischievous Molly on the outside. It bounded to the front, Mischievous Molly from Ensign Parker. Awesome, Too Much Information, Golden Honour and Moskill Daisy, but it's Mischievous Molly in front, trying hard. Golden Honour and Awesome, but Mischievous Molly has won from either Golden Honour or Flying Home Moskill Daisy.
Yeah, she tracked up beautifully. She attacked the line. She's probably a better mare at 1,400 metres, and I've always found when she draws a gate, she can just position a little bit closer in the run home, but her hand was forced early from the wide gate.
Yeah, I thought her trials suggested that she'd come back in good order, and she's really confirmed that now, so she's in for a good campaign.
Okay, so it's King Jerry and Moskill Daisy, the horses to follow from Taree.
Racing on Thursday at Wyong on the 27th of February, we had beautiful conditions. Rail was out 3 metres today. However, the track played beautiful and fair. We had plenty of horses running on from the back, and a few of those I've found to follow out of the meeting. The first of those comes out of race number 1. It was Corella from the Kim War stable. She was only having her second career start. She settles back in the field. She circles wide on the bend. She's in the pink colours.
In the straight, it's Uncle Barry, Malinzi, Fixius the outside, and Coralla at big odds. I'm a Real American back to the fence, but Fixius is going to Uncle Barry here, and Fixius has won from Coralla.
She started as one of the outsiders of the field, but she certainly didn't perform like that. She's only lightly raced, and I suspect that the further she goes, the better she's going to be suited, and she'll just continue to improve with racing. The other horse to follow out of the meeting today come out of race number 3. It was Mission Giant. He was first up today. He settles right up on top of the speed. He come off the bridle a long way from home. He's able to fight back and run second in the yellow colours.
They're coming around the home turn, a line of 3. Northern Eagles still in front. Some Invictus, the centre, appears to be travelling well. And Some Invictus popped the question by Schofield. Kicks away. Sheriff Star the outside. Mission Giant stays on. 100 to go. Some Invictus clear. And Some Invictus is going to come down and win. Some Invictus from Mission Giant. He just needs further. Fought back strongly there.
I'm convinced he's going to be a better horse out over a little bit further and onto a big track. He was also only having his second career start here today, and he'll just continue to improve the further he steps out in trip. The 2 horses to follow out of Wyong on Thursday are Mission Giant and Kerala.
Thursday racing at Armidale on the 27th of February. Absolutely enormous conditions, and I must say congrats to the Armidale Jockey Club, and I think you'd agree that track is enormous.
Yeah, for the last couple of months actually it's been playing really well. We may not be saying that in the middle of winter when it's burn off, but yeah, it's a full credit to everyone involved. This track's been playing well of late.
Yeah, I found a really nice mare. She was on debut, big mare by Merchant Navy, Yacht Girl from the Scotty Singleton Yard. She's having a first start in a race. Look, she's slow to begin. We gave her a beautiful ride, Billy Craig. We'll pick her up coming into the corner. She's in the pale blue colours with the dark blue cap. You watch the way this mare really lets down over the last 200 metres.
Around the home turn to the 200, Subsidise in front, leads by a length over Fearless Bella, the debutant. Clanduro gets up along the inside. The run presents for Yacht Girl. Clanduro the inside. Yacht Girl as they drop Subsidise. On the outside, Yacht Girl taking to the lead again, and Yacht Girl too good.
She's a cracker too. Look, I don't say she's going to be a well beater, but she's one of those type of mares looking into the yard. She probably wasn't 1100, probably further. She's in a good yard, and that had plenty of merit, that win.
Yeah, she's one of the standouts from the yard, and when we saw her, we were kind of thought that she'd want, a big track, 1,400 metres, so she kind of surprised us how well she won, but I think she's a filly that's certainly got a bit of class.
Yep, like her.
Okay, my horse to follow is coming out of an earlier race. It was Takeover Lad. Now, he was looking for win number 1 today. He was having his first run over the 1,400. He settles 3 pairs back the fence in the navy and maroon colours.
Around the home turn, Looker goes for home on swing left. Finds a length and a half over I Know You to second, followed by Dubious 6. In front of swing left, joined by I Know You. Takeover Lad on the outside, but I Know You takes the lead. Here's Fun in Texas, and Caskin over the top from the rear. Caskin takes the front, and Caskin a big effort from last. Beat Fun in Texas, I Know You. Behind those next, swing left, followed by Buckles and Bow, Santosel Helper, Takeover Lads.
You could see him just improve for a run. He looked like he was really going to finish in the mix, and he just got shot right out. They did protest against the third horse, and it was upheld, so he's promoted to 4th. I don't think he would have beaten the winner, but he definitely would have finished much closer, perhaps second. So he'll benefit for the run over the 14, but just extremely unlucky today.
Yeah, he'll keep for another day. Well, mine's Yacht Girl. You follow her. Like I said, big mare or filly that's obviously going to get a bit further later on.
And keep an eye out for Takeover Lad.
They're our Take 2 horses coming out of Thursday's meeting at Armidale on the 27th of February.
Take 2 time racing was at Orange this Friday, the 28th of February. It was the Central Districts Racing Association Country Championships race day. We had 8 races on the card, perfect conditions for racing, and Ben and I have picked out a couple of horses we thought might be worth following over the coming weeks. Ben, as I understand it, you found a horse in race number 4.
The race was won by Wilbury. Now, he's a very good horse. The horse I want to follow out of it is Brogan's Creek. His form leading into this, he was beaten a length and a quarter by No More Night Shift, a length and a half by Capital Mac, and he finished 3rd, beaten 3/4 of the length leading into this. Halfway down the straight, he loomed as the winner. He was outgunned late, but I thought it was a very good run.
Scruff's Magic, one of the bolters, is getting up along the fence, but Wilbury given more rain now. Ship Shape, Brogan's Creek, brief statement down the outside, Wilbury. Brogan's Creek comes out of Wilbury. Wilbury just held off Brogan's Creek.
He's always had good ability, Brogan's Creek, but I think since Toby Pracey's been keeping him to these shorter sprinting trips, he's really thriving on races with good tempo. I wouldn't be surprised if Toby will look at a race maybe like the Wellington Town Plate in the next few weeks for Brogan's Creek. It'll be very hard to beat. Mick, as I understand it, your horse comes up in race number 6.
Yeah, Femazu, trained by Alison Smith right here at Orange, was coming off a really good win at Dubbo at her last start. Today, she got back in the ruck a little bit and didn't have much luck in the straight.
Umazu has taken the extreme outside, and Santorini's son in behind them. Geostorm, tackled by Choice Deal. Down the outside, outside, coming home well now with Sports Page with a big run now. It's Wonder Brahma Choice Deal, and coming home well with Santorini Summon down the outside. Sports Page might have beaten Firma Zoo.
Well, there's little doubt in my mind she should have won the race, but just things didn't go her way today. I think she's worth following. My horse to follow out of this Orange meeting is Feimazu.
And my horse to follow, Brogan's Creek.
Racing came out of Goulburn on Friday. It was the last day of the month, actually, and some good performance. I thought a couple of debutants were good. Andrew Atkins had a good day out. John O'Shea, of course, and Tom Charlton had a really good day out. And one of the horses you liked is a potential winner very shortly, I thought.
Yeah, a horse from the Mitch Beer stable called Salonius. Now, I believe he started off his career in New Zealand, and then Mitch had a preparation with him last time around where he was always getting up on the speed and not finishing off. This time around, he's had 3 runs back now where they've ridden him quieter. He's still wanting to pull and over race a bit, but he just keeps finding the line really strongly under big weights.
Back to the inside is Lang Park, and further back to Salonius. Out wide, 4K races up, hits the front. Lang Park's running home well along the inside. Vegas Dream is still there from Salonius. It's 4K clear of Salonius, and 4K goes on to win it from Salonius.
Ran on really well to run second behind 4K, who's a pretty handy mare, and I believe she will be now heading towards the wild card here at Goulburn. So I think it was quite a handy race, and the Salonius, he's still a horse that has a bit to learn, and if he can relax and get down in the weights a bit, I think that he can win another race quite quickly.
Yeah, I was really taken by the performance of a debutant called Mamushka. As I mentioned, O'Shea and Charlton had a really good day at the office. They bought a few maiden horses here over recent meetings, and one with them either on debut or early on in their career. So I thought this horse was terrific, the way it just attacked the line. So here's Mamushka getting the job done on debut.
They've got 300 metres to go. Vinsanto goes up to Camilla. Mamushka's produced at the right time. Sensational win. Block for a run. Coming through closer to the inside. Mamushka goes up to Vinsanto. Sensational wins flat out to pick them up from Abel Yellow, but it's Mamushka, the first starter, in front of Vinsanto. Mamushka just in front of Vinsanto, and Mamushka won it.
So a really good effort. They've had a couple of winners on the day. As I said, Mason Lewis, who was having its second start, was their other winner. So for mine, I think Mamushka for Kayla, Salonius, they're the ones that we like out of this meeting from Goulburn.
Racing at Newcastle on Saturday the 1st of February, we had beautiful conditions here today. Rails in the true position, 7 races on the program. It was a little difficult to make ground. However, we did see horses running on from the back a little bit later on in the day. I have 2 nice horses to follow out of the meeting here today, and the first of those comes out of race number 3. It was Weeby German. She's been doing a really good job this preparation. She settles in the 1-1 position. She hits a bit of a flat spot. She's in the pink and green colours.
420 metres out as they swing. Sunday is the leader over Think We're There. Weeby Jammin, Luna Cruiser, Gwendy coming to the outside with Phaser Star and Ever Was stays nearer the inner. Plenty of chances as they run to the 250. Think We're There goes to Sunday. Weeby Jammin trying to go with Think We're There. Gwendy coming down the outside, then Ever Was. It's Think We're There in front over Weeby Jammin. Think We're There. Weeby Jammin making a late lunge. Think We're There drifted out. Holds though. Think We're There got in narrowly over Weeby Jammin.
I thought she did a really good job. She's actually eligible for a maiden. She continues to improve each time she steps out in trip, and she's really not far off breaking her maiden status. The other horse to follow out of the meeting here today come out of race number 4. It was Let's Go Again. This mare was first up today over 900 metres. She was at a top the entire. They ran at a breakneck tempo, but she kept coming late in the red colours.
Under the 250 over Zoe Shark, Curl. Then Let's Go Again. Power of the Brave in front. Curl gets out, gives chase. Let's Go Again coming home. Zoe Shark can't get to them. Power of the Brave in front. Curl eating up the ground. Power of the Brave in front. Gets in. Power of the Brave over Curl. Let's Go Again.
She's actually a mare that can get out over a little bit further in time, so I think when they step her up in trip next start, she's going to be very, very competitive. The 2 horses to follow out of the meeting today are Weeby Jammin and Let's Go Again.
Well, it was the Country Championships at Wagga on the Saturday, and what a race it was. Kenny Hell and Burrendana running 1-2 in the big one, and it's the race I want to show from a viewpoint, especially with the third and fourth horses who might go on to that southern qualifier, of course, that wild card at Goulburn in a few weeks' time. So Kenny Hill is my horse to follow. He's a real talent. Simon Miller flying down from Queensland to ride this horse. He gets to the front. Burrendana just laid in a little bit, couldn't pick him up, but the Albury horse pipped out the Wagga horse in the qualifier here today.
300 to go, rushed up to Arthur the Great. Arthur the Great with a good kick from Kenny Hill, who can't quite get past it. Burrendana, Villasaurus, Prophet's Daughter trying to wind up. Arthur the Great's in front from Kenny Hill. Burrendana leaving his run very late. Kenny Hill up to Arthur the Great. Kenny Hill's hit the front. Kenny Hill books the ticket to Randwick.
The other horse I think we can follow is this much improved galloper Mother's Joyce, now trained by Anthony Craig over there at Narendra. He doesn't have a lot of horses in training, but geez, it's been good its last two starts. It was able to win here at the previous meeting at big odds, and today they didn't take any risks with it, and Nelly got there again running second behind the favourite Pussyfoot in the last. So on the inside, Amy O'Driscoll does everything to lift the favourite over the line. She got there, but Anthony Craig's runner, this horse is racing really well. Mother's Joy in the yellow, and Nelly picks it up.
200 to go. Jesse Dole's in front. Pussyfoot out late from Showrada. Jesse Dole, Showrada, Pussyfoot along the inside. Pussyfoot, what a ride. Amy O'Driscoll. So Pussyfoot first, second will be Mother Joy.
Two good performances in the space of about 10 days for Mother's Joy, so it's one of my take two horses out of Wagga, and we've certainly got to follow the winner of the country championship race in Kenny Hill going forward to that big final at Randwick on April 5.
We had racing at Moruya on this Sunday, and it was quite a good program. We saw a lot of long price winners get up. It was a hard day to find a winner, that's for sure, but the track race really fair. It was overcast conditions, and we found a couple of horses to follow out of the meeting. The first horse I found is a maiden. It's only had the two starts. Its first start, it started about 60 to 1 at Kembla, and it was really good late, only being beaten about a length. I had it on top today based off that good first start. And then coming into today, did have every chance and was just beaten ahead in the end by a horse that I think has a little bit of ability despite winning at a big price today. We'll take a look at it now. Hard Knock Life, as it's saying.
Wrong-footed went to Call Me Grouchy. Hard Knock Life's there as well. Wrong-footed Hard Knock Life. Wrong-footed beat Hard Knock Life.
I really like the determination that he showed. I think he's certainly getting close to a win and seems to be improving each time it steps out. The second horse I like is a horse for Mick Petrovic called Agony Aunt. Now, she's relatively lightly raced. Her win record isn't terrific. She's only had the one win from about 10 starts, but today was the first time we saw her get out to 1,200 metres, and I think it's going to prove very fruitful for them going forward. She's a horse that gets back and naturally always needs a little bit of luck, but has been finding the line well. But as I said, over the 1,200 metres today, she's been able to attack the line. We'll take a look at her now in the red and blue colours.
Agony Art's got right to the outside. Tidal Rush swept up here, hit the front of the 150 from Agony Art. Crucial Witness, Tidal Rush in front, and the former North Queenslander's going to win first up. Another one for Pepper. Tidal Rush first, second Agony Art.
I really like the determination she's showing late, and she was well beaten there in the end, but finding the line really well. So I think Agony Aunt and Hard Knock Life are two horses we can follow closely out of this Moruya meeting.
Sunday racing at Coffs Harbour, 2nd of March. Warm conditions, very warm right through the day, but I thought the track played enormous. They had a great grass cover on it too. A little tricky meeting, wasn't it?
It was a really tricky meeting, but you're right. As far as the track is concerned, we're seeing horses come from anywhere to win, which is a great sign leading into our meeting in only 7 days' time.
Right, yeah. I found one on the first, Miss Midas Touch. She was only having a second start in a race. She went 1,200 on debut. This is 1,400 metres. I thought she did a good job. She's pretty easy to pick up. She's outside the leader coming to the corner in the lime green with the black horseshoes. Forward on down the running.
4.25 to go. Millennium Prayer and Luke Rolls has them stacked up. Leads to the bend by 3/4 of a length over Miss Midas Touch, who's having another dip. Rosso Nero 3 deep. Probing through in the middle is Gibbo on Miami Baby, and on the outside was Hellenic. Miami Baby's not travelling well, and Miss Midas Touch is on the outside of Millennium Prayer with Hellenic and Tegan Worsnop over the top. Hellenic puts the neck in front. Miss Midas Touch tries to live, but Hellenic from last has been too good. Halonica half length, Miss Midas starts second.
She's got a bit to learn.
I think she was just left in front, and you could see just, her action come up. She still wanted to prick her ears and have a bit of a look around, but she'll take improvement.
Yeah, nice filly, but can only improve off that and maybe even a little bit further next time.
Yep, certainly worth following. Mine horse coming out of today's meeting is actually an old horse in Bold Hi Ho. I thought he was great in race 6. Now, he's not a 1400 metre horse. He's a better horse than a mole, but he hadn't raced for 6 weeks coming back from the 1900. He settles second last in the pink and black colours.
Sneaking up along the inside was Badger's Nuts. Changed the dates, joined by Monty Outlander, My Mate Cobber from Badger's Nuts, Wilderness Star. Bold Hi Ho is getting a run through in the middle. Monty Outlander in front. My Mate Cobber, Badger's Nuts the inside. Bold Hi Ho the middle, 3 across the line, very tight. Badger's Nuts or the fast finishing Bold Hi Ho.
Well, hands down, the ride deserved to win. Little Jet was unlucky just to miss the bob. She was in front astride past the post. When I went back and watched the replay, the eventual winner, I think, actually hit him over the head with the whip, Bold Hi Ho, and it just balked him for a stride or so. And then he got going again late. But, that run will definitely top him up.
Yeah, he's a smart horse. He's a horse that gets back and can really hit a line.
Yeah, they've taken him to the tighter tracks a couple of times, but I just think he's a better big track horse.
But Miss Midas Touch coming out of race 1. You follow her from the Brett Dobson yard. She won't be far off winning a maiden.
And Bold Hi Ho from the Sally Taylor stable.
They're our Take 2 horses coming out of Coffs Harbour this meeting Sunday, the 2nd of March.
Thanks for your company on the program this week, and we look forward to doing it all again next time around. Hope to have the privilege of your company then. Bye for now.